Shalom, Shalom, Israel's the brother YAHAWAH, here with another hopeful, edifying video to the body of YAHAWAHSHI. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI, Rakakadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders that I learned the truth from, the men of GMS, and the brethren with the like-minded doctrine. I have came across this video here, searching things out through the spirit. I found this video. It says the FEMA camps, FEMA detentions, camp FEMA. So this video was put up 11 years ago, and basically it was during the administration of Obama administration, and the vice president at that time was Sleepy Joe, and now we have Sleepy Joe as president today, and these same issues that was brought up during the Obama administration, we're facing these same issues now currently. So right here it says it says group targeted. It says Black Panther Party, Ku Klux Klan, Communist Party, socialist organizations, non-violent civil rights organizations, anti-war groups. So these groups are targeted, and it says and that I'm gonna get that too, that Salakia, that Biden, I have the article here, passed this where the title says Biden administration asked for Americans to report potentially radicalized friends and family. So this was passed in June by the Biden administration. It's the same thing that we see here. This was during the Obama administration, that they was targeting groups for during that time. And it says here too, it says peace, not war. Or I'm gonna get this before we get started. What the scripture said, what Hamashiach said, Luke 12, chapter 12, verse 51, and it says, "Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth? I tell ye nay, but rather division." So people are thinking that what you think that the Messiah has come back to give peace on earth. So that was the question: do you think I'm coming to give peace on earth? And he says nay, which means no, but rather division. And we see that now. There's a lot of division on primarily this mandate that's going on, that this government is mandating. Do you know what? For everybody to take, just for you to live a normal life, to work, your job's in jeopardy. Basically your livelihood and lifestyle is in jeopardy based upon taking this thing that I think the survival rate is 90-some%, like 96, 98% survival rate or something like that. So I'm gonna let this video here play, and we'll get some scriptures also.
Samuel Zaki, internment camp survivor. He's a gentleman I interviewed for about an hour in the film. And one of the quotes that he says in the movie, and it really struck me so hard when I heard this.
I'm gonna get this, that whatever the guy he said, he's a Japanese guy, right? But that's another thing. The founder of Walmart, I can't think of the guy's name, is Walton. He had something to do with detention camps, with detaining Japanese citizens, and I think that's what he's going to get into. He had something to do with, or he was the head of creating these detention camps or or overseer of these detention camps during World War II. So that the guy, the founder of Walmart, these the Walmart supermarkets, super centers, or whatever have you, he was a CI intelligence. He worked in the intelligence agency or some intelligence department, and he overseen or the detention camps that was used to detain the Japanese citizens during World War II.
From his mouth, sitting in his living room, surrounded by his family. He said, "We were all rounded up like cattle and placed into America's concentration camps." Now, World War II camps in America. H.R. 442 was the bill that authorized wartime internment camp of civilians. This was American civilians. Sam Ozaki was an American. Now, he happened to be of Japanese ancestry. I believe he was first generation. And, I mean, he was born here, just like all of us. Or maybe most of us. He could carry. They had to give up everything. They had to give up their homes, their bank accounts, and they had to surrender to the registration centers.
And what's a coincidence about that, about these Japanese citizens, is that what we have now here is these Afghan citizens that being brought over here because of the situation that's going on over there in Afghanistan and with the Taliban. Now they imported Afghan citizens over here, and also they have, the northern tribe is coming through the southern border through Mexico, and there also is an influx of the northern tribe, coming through the border or the south border. So that's an influx of these so-called immigrants coming in, and also it has the ideal is out there that they can bring these or activate these camps, these concentration camps again, man, due to just the influx of these immigrants, so-called immigrants, coming in this country.
More than 100,000 Japanese Americans were interred. It stemmed from the attack on Pearl Harbor. The camps were ordered to reduce the military hazard. Now, they believed that this specific group of Americans was a threat. They were a military hazard. A catastrophic event took place, Pearl Harbor. Now now everyone's freaking out, and we got to focus on that group of people and round them up.
See, yeah, and they also, I want to point this out too. They also said there's potential terrorists that was in the group of these Afghanistan, that they was potential terrorists, and also just happened. They had a drone attack, and they killed civilians over there. Children, and I think everybody that was involved with this drone attack that was recently done because of the bombing at Kabul airport. So they was looking for, I guess, ISIS members or whatever, and then they blew up some people, and the people they blew up, they was all citizens, man. And I got this lady, Fox lady, I can't remember her name, Anger lady, she said, this is how terrorists are made. I think I made a video on that. So this is how terrorists are made, and you never know that some of the people that they brought over here, you don't even know if they have relatives, if any of those people that they killed was related to some of the people that they got over here, man. So just like he's just creating friction, like this demon, these devils, what I'm saying, they just creating friction, man. What is the motto is order out of chaos, or problem, reaction, solution. So they create the problem, see the reaction, and give a solution for it.
They were marketed as relocation centers, and each center housed about 7,000 people. 12 Americans were killed in the camps. Now, it's something they don't really publicize. But when I spoke with Sam Ozaki, he told me this, and I was actually quite shocked. He said, none of the officers that killed the internees were held accountable except for one. And he was charged with unlawful discharge of government property. And he was charged the price of the bullet that killed the man that walked too close to the fence. COINTELPRO, it stands for Counterintelligence Program. It was covert and often illegal techniques employed by police, FBI, federal agents to suppress political movements. It was aimed at investigating and disrupting dissident political groups. The groups that were targeted during the COINTELPRO operation: Black Panther Party, Ku Klux Klan, Communist Party, socialist organizations, non-violent civil rights organizations, anti-war groups. But who are they targeting today? That's what we're going to find out a little bit later. The measures that were taken during the COINTELPRO, counterintelligence program, was the J. Edgar Hoover ordered FBI agents to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize the activities of these movements and their leaders. According to attorney Brian Glick in his book War at Home, the FBI used four main methods for their counterintelligence program: infiltration, getting agents on the inside in order to undermine the trust and scare off potential supporters. Psychological warfare was employed, planting false media stories, forging correspondence, making anonymous phone calls, spreading misinformation about meetings and events, setting up pseudo-movement groups run by government agents, manipulating.
So I want to point that out. He says they were setting up pseudo-organization groups run by the government. I think that's what he said. Let me rewind it.
Correspondence, making anonymous phone calls, spreading misinformation about meetings and events, setting up pseudo-movement groups run by government agents.
Yup, that's what he said. Setting up pseudo organization groups ran by the government. You know, I don't know. Like you have these groups just come out of nowhere. Like, what is the Boogaloo Boys, for instance, Antifa, this Black Lives Matter, the Proud Boys, you know, QAnon or whatever. You know, you never know. These might be, like he just said, pseudo organization groups, false groups ran by the government, man. Like these might be government ran organizations, but on the outside, you think that this is an organization of people that want to stand up and fight for whatever cause they're trying to fight for. But in actuality, they could be a group ran by the government, you know. So, you know, there's proof, there's evidence, especially like the Proud Boys, that were saying that that group is, like, I guess the leader of it. He had some ties with the government or something of the matter. I forgot how the story went, or how the story is. But I think he's had some type of situation with the government or something like that. Suspicions with him working with the government or being some type of informant or something like that. But see, that's a possibility, and these things are going on today. I just wanted to point that out.
Manipulating and threatening parents, employers, landlords, school officials, and others to cause trouble for activists. These are the links that the United States federal government will go to quell a political movement. They use harassment through the legal system. The FBI and police abuse the legal system to harass dissidents and make them appear to be criminals. Officers of the law gave perjured testimony and presented fabricated evidence as a pretext for false arrest and wrongful imprisonment. Okay, the mindset of the political establishment of the past, they called the camps war relocation camps, used for detainment, re-education, and forced labor. And they used the census. They used the census to round up the Japanese Americans. Aren't we? We're in a census year, aren't we? Wait a second, I just heard that they're gonna be bringing GPS trackers to everyone's front door. Did you know that? Who knew that? Raise your hand. Yeah. They got a real nice questionnaire for us all this year. I thought they only had to ask how many people live here.
He said they're gonna be bringing GPS trackers to your front door. There's no need for that. Your phone is a GPS tracker. You know, you got all these You carry your phone with you. People carry their phone with them, like wherever they go, and that's a GPS tracker is on their phone. So that's not even necessary for real. You know, I just want to say that.
Very detailed questions. Ron Paul recently came out and said, the questions you don't want to answer, say none of your business. 2003, FEMA was absorbed by the Department of Homeland Security and became part of the Preparedness and Response Directorate. The Department of Homeland Security's primary objective, as you can see here, is to protect our nation from dangerous people. Okay? That comes directly from Homeland Security documentation. It doesn't say terrorists. It says dangerous people. Well, that's so broad. Give me a break. I mean, a dangerous person could be someone that spills coffee on you, you know?
Yeah, that goes into what I just read about the Biden administration passing some policy of family and friends turning in radical family members, man. So like he said, it's a broad category. Like anybody what they I think they said in the article that they don't have a definition for radical. What could be deemed radical. So like he was saying, that's a broad category. Anybody can be labeled as radical, you know.
Now, the mindset of political establishment today, who are the groups that our own government is targeting? Ron Paul supporters, Chuck Baldwin supporters, gun ownership rights supporters, private property rights supporters, homeschooling supporters. Oh, and that pesky little piece of paper, the U.S. Constitution. People who believe that U.S. elections are rigged. No. It's a conspiracy. People who believe that a new world order exists. No such thing. Come on, look the other way. Nothing to see here. American military bases will be used as concentration camps. And people who believe that we're living in the end times. So watch out if you believe in Jesus and happen to know the Gospels and the teachings of Christ.
See that what he said. All of that's happening now. What the gun rights supporters, the pro-constitutionalists, you know, people standing up, you know, like that. Even the senator, the senator Rand Paul, he's back in the scene now. You know, but we know that, you know what I'm saying, both left wing, right wing, they both control both spectrums. But you see during the Obama administration, the same thing is happening under the Biden administration, man. You know, it's the same thing to a certain extent. They going out with this agenda. You know, this agenda was planned. You see several years ago, and you see it going in fruition now. You know, so and he said also about the believers in the Bible. I'm gonna rewind that back.
So watch out if you believe in Jesus and he uses concentration camps. And people who believe that we're living in the end times. So watch out if you believe in Jesus and happen to know the Gospels and the teachings of Christ.
So yeah, what it is in Second Ezra's 16. I think it's I'm not sure where is that. Second Ezra's. Insurrection. Yeah, here it is. Second Ezra 16. And I'm gonna start at 68. Behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle with things offered unto idols. And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach, and trodden under foot. For there shall be in every place, Slakia, for there shall be in every place and in every Slakia in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. See, that's the point, Like you said, that's insurrection, gonna be upon those that fear the Lord. Like this guy just pointed out, that that's who they targeting. Oh, you think you know the Bible, you know, and it's prophecy, that these demons, these devils, the devil's gonna come down with that great wrath that's talked about. I think I got it here. Yeah, in Revelations, you're gonna come down with that great wrath because you have but a short time. But also in Revelations 2, verse 10, it says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison." That devil is Esau Edom. Is a man. So you got those prison systems, FEMA camps, even the prison systems you see today. These correctional facilities that you see today is ran by Esau Edom, man. They privately owned. There's privately owned corporations. And who cast you into prison? More or less, you're probably gonna be a so-called white man, Esau Edom. But behold, Salakia, Revelations 2 and 10, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. That means a certain amount of time. 10 means a certain amount of time. And Salakia, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So that's right at the door, man. All you see all these places, for like it says on Second Ezra 16 and 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Insurrection means uprising. So they're gonna be like groups, militias. We could get that. I think I got it looked up already. Insurrection means. Salakia. Yeah, insurrection, it says a violent uprising against an authority or government. But basically, it says a revolt. It's like a rebellion, revolt, uprising, mutiny, you know, a riot. And it's also going to be sedition among men, That goes into the sedition among men, man. Which that's going to be, they're going to not care about these politicians. We're going to get that too, you know. And I want to finish off Second Ezra 16 and 70. Insurrection is a riot. So for those, Second Ezra 16 and 70, for there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So that's what they plan on doing, man. And they chopping up these charges, you know, they got all type of ways using technology. I'm Yahweh willing or Lord willing, I'm gonna make a video on that because I seen like they got ways of it's nothing new, but basically they can distort or put your face on another character's face. Just blend your face in with somebody else's face, man. And they also got a technology that can use your voice and make it use your voice and make it say whatever they wanted to say, but it's your voice. So they already got that technology that anybody can use, man. Especially I know without a doubt with the face program, it's like an app. You can put your face on a character's face and then it blend your face in with theirs, and then it seem like it's your face. You know what I'm saying? They got that type of technology that anybody can just download on the app. So think about the technology that the government has themselves to make things seem realistic when in actuality it's not. So yeah, these devils, man. Devils mean deceiver. Esau, Edom, man. He got a lot of tricks up his sleeve, man. So yeah, it's just something to keep in mind. The devil having that great wrath. I also want to get this out of Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. I think it's a sedition among men. Yeah, Second Ezra, the 15th chapter, and we'll start the 14th verse. And it reads, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and there shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man should desire to go into a city and shall not be able." So that sedition among men is basically people are not, like I said, uprising against the government, man. People are not going to stand for this. You already see it, the protests in the streets about this mandate thing. That's being protested in the streets right now. And like it says here, man, it's gonna be invading one another. And they're not gonna regard their kings or princes. Those kings or princes is the government, the the president, the governors, the mayors, these police chiefs or whatever, the policing themselves. There's nobody gonna be they got the vision on that too, just like the scripture said. The Messiah has come back, YAHAWAHSHI, HaMashiach, is come back to send what? Division on the earth, man. I tell you, I come to send division. So a lot of people are divided on primarily on this mandate that they trying to require from everybody, man. They require everybody to get. So you see, prophecy is folding right before our eyes, man. So I think I want to play a little bit more of this video. I'm gonna leave it in the description box so brothers can or Akim can check it out.
Now, if you can, try to zoom in on any one of those dots, or, well, I mean, you got to go to this map, drill down to each of the pinpoints. Now, we looked at a lot of these places. Some were old bases that were converted into golf courses. Some were existing military bases. There's a huge one in Alaska, massive, and you can just, hey, go to Google Maps, zoom right down on top of it. You can look right at it. First they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew.
That's exactly who they coming for. The men of the Lord. Like I said in Second Ezra, the 16th chapter, still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. So that's who they coming for. Primarily, and everybody else, it's not going to be a cakewalk for nobody else. Everybody else going to be caught in this tribulation too. But we'll focus on the elect and the nation of our people, because that's That's all that counts. That's all. That's everything surrounded. Everything that's is happening is based upon the children of the Lord anyway. The children of YAHAWAHSHI, YAHAWAHSHI.
Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Pastor Martin Niemöller. Now just look at those words. Flip those around. Take out communists, replace it with Ron Paul supporter. Take out trade unionists, and put in libertarian activists. We must continue to raise our voices in opposition, no matter how much fear and how much tyranny and how much oppression that they decide to throw down upon us. No matter how many TSA checkpoints we have to go through, no matter how many police checkpoints we have to succumb to, no matter how many taserings we have to endure, no matter how many illegal searches and seizures on our automobiles and our homes we have to endure, we cannot let these people tell us or intimidate us. We are sovereign, United States citizens.
But that's all I want to get. But you see how you see the passion and the fury in this guy, right? That basically says, just like I was reading out of second Ezra's, the 16th chapter, or the 15th chapter, Salakia, that there's gonna be sedition among men, man. Like these pro-constitutionalists, their people are gonna stand up for what they believe in, which is the Constitution, man. Well, they gonna stand. That's why that's second Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their king nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So you can tell it from this guy, and a lot of people feel like that, especially these people that stay trying to hold tight to their constitutional rights. You see it. You can see it. You can see it happening, man. Plus they's rioted in the streets, and they got these different militia groups, whatever the various militia groups supposed to be. Basically, their whole theme is standing up for their rights, basically, man, fighting for your rights type thing, whatever the right may be. So you see it right there, man. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this video in the description box, and I'm gonna say call Halayim La Yahawah by Hashem YAHAWAHSHI, by Hashem Rakakadash, and Shalom till next time. Yahawah willing, Yahawah Ratazal Salakia, which means Lord willing, and Wa Ababa Ball.